Are you ready to take your business to the top? Well, strap in and hold on tight. You're listening to the Top of the Wall podcast from Red Wall Marketing. Business and marketing strategies to lift you above the competition and over the wall of mediocrity. Now, here's your host, J.R. Griggs.
Hey, it's JR here, and today we're going to be looking at 5 ways to increase customers. So this is step 1 or method 1 in the CPR method. So we're on C, and we're going to look at 5 different areas that you could use in your business to increase your customers, and some of them you're probably using, and hopefully you're using all of them. But if not, we're going to kind of dive in deep to these 5 areas, and these aren't the only 5. These are just the 5 that I chose for today, and we're going to look at a little bit in each area for how to get more customers in the door. And then, of course, the next episode and the one after that, we're going to look at the P and the R in the process, which would be increased profits, and then the R would be increased repeat transactions or repeat business from your customers. So and again, this method is a great jump start for your business. Even if you're already doing well, take a look at today's lesson and today's episode and look at which areas you can improve, which ones are you not utilizing to the best of your ability, and that could probably improve for your business. So the first thing we're going to look at is really critical. You may not be able to answer this right away or solve this problem right away, but it's something that you should have, and that is to have a USP or a unique selling proposition. And this is something that a lot of businesses struggle with because they generally they haven't heard this term, or if they have, they confuse what it should really mean. And USP, unique selling proposition, is basically a proposition that you can sell to a customer that is unique. The most critical word is unique. It needs to be something that nobody else in your industry can say. And this is where we run into a lot of hangups with business owners, where if I ask them, hey, why are you unique? What makes you unique? I'll often hear things about how, the customer service is, or how, we guarantee satisfaction, or, we're the best place, we're the top of the line, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. I mean, everybody's going to say that. So I typically will tell them, well, look, you can't use best, greatest, happy, satisfied. You can't use any of those things. Now, what would you be? What would make you unique? And it becomes a lot harder. So the idea with a unique selling proposition is to find that one thing to sell to the customer that would absolutely stand you out from any other business. And again, remember, nobody else can say it. So if I can ask, the plumber down the street if they've got great customer service, or if they use excellent parts, or they have friendly staff, and they can say yes, then it's not unique to you. So something needs to be unique in order to draw people to you, draw customers to you. And what that's going to do is that's going to increase the decision between you and the competition. Okay, and that's why I'm starting with this one first, because no matter how much effort you put into driving customers in, you need to convince them to do business with you. And if you're especially in an industry where there's a lot of comparisons, what is it that's making you so unique? What is it that's causing them to take out their wallet and pay you versus your competitor? If there's nothing unique and you're just a commodity, now you're getting down to price, or you're getting down into specifics that could be dangerous for you to even try to keep up with. So you want to be really careful with that. I'll go over a couple good USPs. Anytime you read about USPs, you're going to hear about Domino's back when they did the 30 minutes or it's free. That was a great USP back then because nobody else was guaranteeing that fast a delivery. And, Domino's knew that people wanted hot pizza fast. So, they didn't say the pizza tasted good. It wasn't, they weren't going off the taste or anything else. In fact, today, recently, I don't know, within the last couple of years, Domino's was spending most of their campaign apologizing for how bad their pizza was and that they were going to do better. So they certainly never made any guarantees of having the best pizza or the happiest employees or the greatest customer service. They were selling you on getting that hot pizza to you fast. And nobody else was making that guarantee. And my understanding is, although that boomed profits, it also boomed, speeding tickets and red light tickets for their delivery guys. So, but it was a unique selling proposition that made them stand out above anybody else. And that was truly unique to their business. So when you think of your business, is it that unique? Is it that unique that nobody else can say it? Give customers a reason to do business with you. Otherwise, why do you exist? And I love it when I ask that question to a business owner. Why do you exist? Like, what is your purpose? Why in the world should I pay you money? Like, at all? What should I, what is it that sets you apart? So think about that, about your business. Do you have anything that you can say that sets you apart from the competition? And again, do not go with, customer satisfaction or, we're the friendliest or, we're the most exciting. None of those apply. Find something unique. If you don't have it, create it. Maybe it's a guarantee of some sort. Maybe you can offer something that no other customer can get or no other business can get or offer. Maybe you can come up with something, money back guarantee that nobody else is willing to do. I've seen in a lot of different industries, money back guarantees that nobody would touch. And they're that confident in their service. And I'll tell you what, almost every time I've seen it implemented, as long as you're doing business right, it far outweighs the people that you will sell based on that guarantee will far outweigh the people that might try, because I know what everybody's thinking already. People are going to try to con me into getting their money back because that's what people are. Well, that's not how most people are. Are there idiots out there here and there? Absolutely. But most people just want the job done right. They just want good service. And if your lifetime guarantee or your money back guarantee or whatever it is helps them achieve that, that's what they really care about. Nobody wants, the average person does not want to rip you off. They're not out there to rip you off. They're out there to get a good value for their dollar. So focus on that. Get a USP. The second thing we're going to look at is something that should be a given, okay? But for some reason it's still not, and it's still shocking when I find this. Get online. Have a website. You got to be online. And there's so many different places you can do this. And we're going to go over a few of them. But you would think that in 2014, I would not have to get on this show and tell you that you need a website. But 53% of businesses is what is being estimated that have a website. That's pathetic in 2014. That only 53%. And I've seen numbers as low as 45%. But I'm going with the higher number here because I'm assuming that it's got to be higher, okay? In 2009, it was estimated that 45% had websites. An 8% increase in 5 years is absolutely ridiculous. Now, the only thing I'll say about that statistic on why it may be a little bit off is that I believe the estimate of small business owners that work from home and are really more like freelancers is somewhere around 75%. Of small business owners. So that would probably answer for some of it. Maybe there's, somebody that's just selling things on the side or doing things where they don't feel like they need a website. So I could understand that. If you're a local business and you don't have a website, or you're a mass, company with employees and you don't have a website, it's really, really unacceptable. No reason to not be online and have a website. But even if you're a freelancer, just a place to have your portfolio or to send leads to or to run ads to, I still can't fathom not having a website, even if I was a freelance work from home selling doilies on eBay. I'd probably still have a website of some sort that I could do other things with. But again, 53% really the highest I found. So you got to have a website, got to have it. And your website needs to be built to convert. It should not be a brochure or a business card. It needs to be built to convert. It should have traffic sent to it, your ideal customer, and then the site should be about the customer, not about you, because nobody cares about you but you. What the customer cares about is, what can you do for me and how fast can you do it? If you can convey that and give them everything they need as fast as they need it, you'll have a converting website. In fact, I just recently read a study that showed that appearance of a website was a factor in only 10% of buyers. That's it. In 75% or so of the buyers, it was how fast they could find the information they needed. So it should be an informative site for the customer. But then on the top of that, you need to be taking advantage of search engine optimization to make sure that your site can be found. If you're a local business and let's say you're an electrician in Miami, if somebody's searching for an electrician in Miami, your site needs to be optimized to the point where they can find you for that. Or you could run pay-per-click ads on Google or anywhere else, whatever search engine it is that somebody might be searching on. You want to be in front of the customer. You got to be there when they're searching. So check to see how your website's doing as far as converting. Is it all about you? Is your logo taking up half the page? Is your phone number clearly displayed for people to find it? Is your contact information easy to find so that people know what to do? And have you told the customer exactly what to do? Are they supposed to call, fill out a form? How do they do business with you? Make sure your website's built with that in mind. If you're a local business, be using the map listing that Google offers you. Bing has one. Yahoo has one. Use that, because that is what is taking up a lot of real estate when people search online and when they're looking for mobile. You know, if you're a coffee shop or any place like that that's frequently looked up on phones, you want to make sure that you're in that map section and they can find you if they needed to. Also, take advantage of all the directories that are out there. There are hundreds of directories, minimum 400 to 500 directories that you could list your business in, and there are quick services and companies that can get you in those. Utilize that, because that's going to help you. And especially vertical directories, like there might be a website specifically for coffee shops in, Texas or in Dallas. You want to be on that list, because there will be people that use that list. It doesn't exist for no reason. They're going to be using it. And then use third-party sites. There's a lot of third-party sites for different industries. So, for instance, Angie's List is a great service that I've seen contractors use. That's kind of a third-party site. It's like a directory, but they're going to send people right to you with their review systems. Or hotels.com or any of those, those are great examples for hotels. Where you've got all these different websites that can do bookings for you. I mean, you've got to pay to be listed, and many times, there's a free listing you can get, but they're going out and doing all the homework and doing all the marketing and getting their name out there. So if you're a hotel, you definitely need to be on all the hotel sites, or any kind of travel-related company. You should be on the travel sites, okay? Think about that in your industry. Take a look at your website. Make sure it's converting. Make sure your listing shows up when you're searched or somebody's searching. And again, not your company name. That's not what matters. You should be ranking well when somebody searches your company name. You need to be ranking well when somebody searches for what you offer and what they would need from you. So make sure that's going on. Make sure you're advertising in the right places if it's financially prudent to do so. Make sure that advertising is not going to work for everybody online. There's sometimes where the prices are so high it doesn't make sense for your small business. You got to be able to do that research, though. Get in the directories, use those third-party sites. So make sure you're online. I can't emphasize enough. You got to be online. Direct mail. Shockingly, a lot of people think direct mail is dead. I guess it's not shockingly. I mean, you got email and you got all this online importance, right? But people tend to abandon direct mail, and the problem with that is that it's prime market right now for direct mail, because people are abandoning it for internet marketing. What's happening is, you probably notice your mailbox is loaded with less junk mail than it was before. So there's less competition. But how is your email box, your inbox today? I bet your inbox is loaded, but your mailbox has a few items in it. So direct mail is just as effective of a method today as it always has been, because of the limited competition. It's so much cheaper for people to use online that they don't want to spend the money. And if you're a local business, especially, again, I love direct mail for local businesses, because you're kind of limited in the range that you can mail. So your lists are small, but you have new move-in lists. So if you're ever a service that a hair salon or a gym or something that utilizes a service like that, mailing out a nice, welcome to the neighborhood, here's a coupon on your first visit is a great direct mail campaign. Okay, so if you're going to do direct mail, whether you're local or you're online or whatever, a couple things you want to be aware of. One, make sure you're finding the right market. You got to target the right market. Otherwise, direct mail can be very expensive and fall on deaf ears. Okay, find the right market, identify your perfect customer, where they live, and then that's who you want to mail. Okay, or find lists that other businesses have. Okay, this is a great method for getting a direct mail list. What other business has a list of customers that's your ideal customer but isn't a competitor that you could maybe swap customer lists with and mail their customers, or they could mail for you referring to you. And we're going to get into that a little more in a little bit here. If you're going to do direct mail, make sure that you focus on getting the envelope opened. Okay, you need to do handwritten or appearance of handwritten envelopes will help get your direct mail open. You could use postcards. That's already opened. So if they see the postcards, something should attract their attention. There's all kinds of tips and tricks we're going to get into on this podcast in future episodes about how to do direct mail right, how to find your list, how to get open rates and response rates. We're definitely going to get into that more because that's an entire episode on itself. Make sure your direct mail has a call to action. And make sure you're following up with, any customers who don't buy. Try to send them, direct mail. Try to send them, thank you for coming in. Thank you for purchasing. You can use those direct mail techniques to get to your current customers. And that's another great way, by the way, just on itself to get more customers. Following up, having a system to follow up with your customers who don't buy. So if somebody walks in and does not purchase, if you can grab their information and have an email that goes out automatically or a letter that goes out automatically, you have a better chance of bringing that customer back. So, don't let the customer leave and have no info. Get something. Have them sign up for a newsletter, enter a drawing, ask them for their, different businesses vary. I mean, obviously, I'm not asking if you're, a coffee shop to do this, but then again, if someone comes into your coffee shop, they're probably buying something. So, depending on the industry and the business, get the info if you can and follow up with them because that's going to convert more of those people that leave into buyers. The fourth method we're going to look at here is referral systems. This is quite often businesses just don't have this, but you should have a system for getting referrals. Okay, so you've got somebody in your business that's paid you. They've bought. Hopefully they're happy because you did a good job. You delivered the service they want. And the fact that they paid you is a good indicator that they did like something of your business. That person should be the best advertisement you have. Because if they tell somebody how great the experience was and that they should shop there, visit there, order from there, it's so easy for them to get their friends or family to come in than it is for you to get their friends and family to come in. Because their word is going to be far better than any advertisement you could ever run. Here's the thing, though. You can't just sit around waiting for referrals to come in. You can't just expect that your customers are automatically going to send you business. So the first thing you need to do is have a customer review system, referral system ready to go. Create a system that your customers can use to refer. This could be a form that they get in the mail after a purchase or with a purchase or on their receipt that says, hey, we'd love to, have your friends or family to have the same experience, please pass this on. Or, you could send out a card with a gift. Send in the name of 5 friends and family who might enjoy this service and we'll give you this gift for free or this thing for free or 20% off your next visit. Whatever the case may be, give them something and give them the tools. Give them the tools to refer. My gym offers a free month if I bring in somebody who signs up. So they've got a system in place for that. And when I talk to people about my gym, I'm happy with my gym, so I talk to them about my gym. I recommend my gym. And if they were to go in, I could always say, hey, tell them I sent you because I'll get a free month. That's a system in place, okay? And the next thing we're going to look at is rewarding referrals. So again, rewarding me with a free month for telling people about the gym or getting them to sign up is great because it makes me want to tell people about my gym and make them sign up. So, don't forget reward referrals, and that could be part of your system. And the third thing you need to do with referrals is ask often. Always ask. My gym, another great example, is always in emails reminding me that if I refer a friend, I get a free month. So that's constantly in the emails I get. I get emails from them, okay, not blanket, hey, refer somebody, but I get emails from them all the time about an event that's coming up or a challenge that they're going to do or whatever the case might be. But in the email is always a section that asks for referrals. Reminds me to send my friends to the gym to get their free workout, and if they sign up, I get a free month. So that's definitely something that you need to have in place. The fifth thing we're going to look at here is it's kind of a dual thing here, is joint ventures, and this gets back to what we talked about with third-party sites and direct mail. But joint ventures are basically, by definition, a venture that you join with another business on. It could be multiple businesses. But there's a lot of different things you can do. You can team up with other businesses who are not competitors of yours but have the same customers. Think about that for a second. Think about your business and your perfect customer. What other business or organization or whatever has that same customer? That's what you want to go after. So if I'm a gym, I got a gym, my customer is health conscious, wants to lose weight, probably eats right. I could easily partner with other healthy food places or GNC, a supplement type of place. They're going to have my customer because they're selling supplements for people that go to gyms. Okay, so that's a business I could team up with that's not in competition with me. A health food store would be a business a gym could team up with that's not in competition with them. So, a plumber would be looking for another business that has homeowners. A plumber and electrician could team up to run a marketing campaign or refer each other business because maybe there's something going on with plumbing, you need electrical, so the plumber's handing out your cards, you're handing out his cards. These are, joint venture relationships. Another name for this, or another type of joint venture, you might also hear of host-beneficiary relationships. And these tend to be more of where you're selling somebody else's product. So it's kind of a joint venture, but at the same time, you could sell somebody else's product. So, maybe you've got a gym and, you've got a local supplement shop. You're going to partner with them to sell their products. Or there was a contractor I knew who was selling cabinet installs, but he didn't do the cabinet installs. He was selling, it was another company, but he offered it as part of his business. But it was the other company that he partnered with that was doing the install. He was just selling the product as part of his, and that's why I like to just call it a joint venture in general, because it's just a joint venture. You guys are teaming up in some sense to bring each other more money. So look for other businesses that you can team up with. And again, same customer, but not a competitor. And see if you can do something together that's going to help, bring more business to both of you guys. It could be a direct mail, it could be whatever. It could be maybe you split the advertising on a direct mail postcard, and you're doing new move-ins, for instance, and he's going to pay for half, you're going to pay for half the card. So, you each get half a card. Half the one side of the postcard, something like that. That's, again, a joint venture. You can cut down on your advertising right there because you only need half the card. They're going to use the other half. You're sending it to the same market because you guys have the same market. That's a good joint venture idea. So let's run back through real quick. Number one, make sure you've got a USP and that your business is unique and no other business. Otherwise, I'm sorry, but it's very hard to find a reason why you exist if the competitor down the street can do the same exact thing. There's not a whole reason you exist except that you wanted to just take up some space and try to take a little bit of the pie without actually having anything more superior to offer. So go through your business. What's unique about it? What can you sell to the customer that says, we offer this, Nobody else can. Second was get online. Have a website. It's a mandatory thing. Have a website. Even if you're going to use an inexpensive website builder, I'm more of a fan of hiring a professional website builder that knows marketing, because that's what you really need to see success. Just because somebody's good at graphics and knows how to put up a website does not mean they can build you a website that's going to convert into customers. There's a big, big difference there. Get a website that converts. Make sure that it's optimized for your area, for your product, so that you at least stand a chance when it comes to SEO. And SEO is a whole other, again, that's a whole other show of how many things you could do there. That could be a whole month of what you could do there. Pay-per-click advertising, same thing. Map listings, get into those, get into your directories, use third-party sites, joint venture with other websites that might be able to advertise for you. Direct mail was number 3. Find your target market, find ways to utilize direct mail to bring in more business. There's plenty of examples of great direct mail that is inexpensive and would convert really well as long as you have the right market and you've got a good offer. You've got a call to action. The envelope gets opened, or it's a postcard, so it's already opened, and you've got a clear call to action that causes them to come in. And then don't forget, you can use direct mail to contact customers. If you remember, in I believe it was yesterday's podcast, we talked about auto care centers changing oil and how they could send out reminders in direct mail or even an email. Again, they could do this in email, but you could send out direct mail reminder that you're due for an oil change or due for tires or due for a tune-up or whatever it is. Those are, again, another way. You've got your current customer. You can kind of catch them. I'd send an email and a direct mail piece. You're certainly going to get enough of a return, or you should be getting enough of a return to pay for itself. The fourth one, referral systems. Have a system in place and reward. Then ask. Constantly ask. Get a system, come up with a reward for referrals, and ask often. Ask. Every time you get in touch with a customer, remind them that they could send more business. And then fifth was joint ventures, where you're going to team up with other business owners who have the same customers, but are not a competitor, and see if there's some ads you can run together, see if there's some referral programs you guys can work together, or, maybe they could share their list, you could share your list, whatever the case may be. Find some businesses to team up with, or even package, by the way. You could run just packages. Doesn't even have to be a mutual exchange. In fact, if you remember, I told you about the business I talked about yesterday was my gym, that for their premium membership, if you join the premium membership, you get 10% off there's like 10 different businesses on there. Okay. That may not be a mutual exchange in the sense that they may not be offering 10% off as well for, these other business customers if they come in, but it doesn't really matter because they're still sending new business customers to those 10 businesses. So that is a joint venture right there where, you pay the extra fee to get the membership, the premium membership, which comes with all kinds of other benefits. So it's a great membership to have. But I get 10% off at all these stores. That's a great joint venture right there where I would go to them simply to get the 10% versus going to their competitors. So the benefit they get is free customers, free leads from the gym. The benefit the gym gets is that because of that joint venture, they've made their premium plan sound that much more appealing. So now it's a higher sell point. You pay this extra fee, and guess what? You're going to make this much back just on the 10% you're saving on all these different stores that you can go to that are right within a mile of this place. So that's a great example of a joint venture where there's nothing too elaborate there. So these are 5 quick examples of how you could get more customers into the store. And all of these, every one of these could branch off into 100 different things. But I don't want you to get overwhelmed with that. I just want you to focus on the possibilities of what you could be doing in your business to bring in more customers, with the online, getting a USP, direct mail, all that stuff. Focus on that. Take a look at your business, run through these 5 points and see if you're utilizing any of these now and where you might be able to improve them. And I can promise you're going to get more customers if you could get these 5 points, just these 5 points working for your business. You'll have more customers coming in. Now, tomorrow, we're going to go into how to increase profits per transaction. So we want to take the customers that we're bringing in and we want to make them spend more money. How do we get them to spend more money versus just spending the average that they spend? And how do we make sure that more money coming in is more profit? So it's not about just cutting prices and having them buy more product, and it's not about just increasing prices or cutting costs. We're gonna make it valuable to the customer to give you more profit each time they come in. So I look forward to talking to you tomorrow and going over that. And then again, the following one will be repeat business. We're going to go over 5 ways to increase repeat business. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Top of the Wall podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the great episodes coming up for you. For more resources and tools to take your business to the top, visit redwallmarketing.com.